What's good, everybody? Welcome into Early Edge Live as we count down to Sunday Night Football, a battle of superstar quarterbacks, but not superstar teams. Just one. Aaron Rodgers on one side, first time in his entire career that he'll be a double-digit underdog at kickoff. And the Buffalo Bills, they are the best team in football right now. Josh Allen is the leader for the MVP as far as odds are concerned. Now, we are coming off a fantastic day at the brand. Sia, Prop Stars, AB, everybody cashing their tickets. And the only thing was, would it happen in the second quarter or the third? Those were the sweats that we had today. Now, let's look forward to tonight, bringing the stars of the show. And a man who's had quite the emotional ride. Let's start with live from Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, M Squared. What a day it's been for you, sir. Good evening, rather.
Yeah, it's been a day, Coach. Massive sweat, good six-figure swing on the last little outcome. Still a very, very profitable day for us here, so we're fired up about that. We got Chief here, potentially telling us dogs might be barking on Sunday Night Football. Yeah, but shout out to everyone there. Shout out to one of our viewers, Tori, in the chat, has already messaged me. She took the DFS lineup that I gave on SportsLine and made $25,000 herself on a $5 entry.
I love it. Hashtag it pays to watch. Hashtag it pays to be a member. $10 a month. That's it. $10 a month. Now, you can also get this man's article every single week for part of that $10 a month. And I believe at one point today we were 8-0 on your props show from Friday. Alex, yes?
We were 8-0 as a collective group to start the day. I did lose 2 props in the afternoon, the later stream, unfortunately, but still a profitable day, still a good day. And I've got 2 plays tonight. I'm looking to close the day on a high note, have another profitable week, Coach.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. Let's finally welcome in our 5-tool player. He's the producer tonight, but also talent on the show. And you had a good day today also, AB. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, man. Good evening, Mike, Alex, Early Edge crew, everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody coming out. Yeah, it was a great day. Like, we went 3 for 4. Eagles first half. Look, these dudes are just scoring points in the first half like crazy. They're almost on auto bet right now. Titans at the second half, over 9.5 cashed it for us there. Nick Folk, over 1.5 field goals. He ended up kicking 5 today for the Patriots. The only one we didn't get was Matthew Stafford interception, which, felt like the entire second half he was going to throw one, but yeah, good day overall. Good day for everybody, man. Maestro, I think he went perfect today, too.
Yeah, I believe so.
Crazy.
Yeah, Alex, what do you got?
Shout out to Sia as well. I believe he is 5-0 on the props he's given out. And just a slight bone to pick with you, Coach. I heard you address the Bills as the best team in football. Last time I checked, there's another team in the NFC East that's undefeated this season, Coach. And they happen to win today by double digits, I might add as well.
Yeah, I said it still. I'm not backing down from what I just said. If you'd like to have a bet on who's going to have a better record for the season, you just let me know. And I'm even giving you a one-game head start.
Coach, AB.
AB, if you don't mind, sir.
Good, coming up.
It's gonna be a showdown.
Oh, a future showdown here on the show. And by the way, in the chat, where is my man Mark? He says Bills are the best. Buffalo. All right, so here's the showdown. I got the Bills, best record over the Eagles, and I'm spotting him a game as well. The Eagles will come back to earth. Don't you even worry about Alex. But that's going to be in January when I cash that Venmo. We need to deal with tonight because at the brand, at SportsLine, we have RJ White on one side, Green Bay. We have Zach Attack on the other side, Buffalo. I think there's going to be a lot of differing opinions tonight because of the spread, because of who's at quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. But let's get to our best bets first. And if you're brand new to the show, we do best bets, props, as many as we can get to. If you have one you like, put it into the chat. Add the juice for me because it's important to my guys. We'll get to as many as we can. Plus, no donkey tonight. Sometimes things are more important than that. We will have a goose. We will have the gym if you want to play as well. Find a first touchdown score at plus 1,000 or above. Now, Alex, you've been so hot, I can't make you wait anymore. Start us off. What do you like tonight?
Two prop picks tonight, Coach. One I've already given out. That's Devin Singletary over 55.5 rushing yards. Listen, Singletary's coming off of a 17-carry, 85-yard performance against your Chiefs, Coach. He looks to be firmly entrenched as this Bills workhorse back. Again, this may look like a big number on the surface for Singletary, but in my opinion, this is just about as good as a matchup as it gets on paper. The Packers are one of the biggest run funnels in the NFL. They're 31st in rushing DVOA compared to 11th in passing DVOA. They're surrendering 122 yards per game on the ground to opposing running backs. That is the second most yards allowed on a per game basis in the NFL this season. 30th in EPA allowed per rush, 29th in rushing success rate, 26th in PFF's run grade. This Packers run defense is just really struggling. If we look at all the running backs that have faced Green Bay, almost every single one has easily sailed over this number. I've just been really encouraged with Singletary in competitive game scripts. He gets all of the touches. Zach Moss was even inactive against the Chiefs in their last game. James Cook's played only 10 snaps in that game. So I expect Singletary, as long as this game is relatively close, to get all of the touches in the backfield. And I don't expect the Bills to all of a sudden turn into the Bears and just run the football a ton. But against Green Bay, I do expect them to run the ball a bit more than they have in previous games. I think this is just a great spot to back Singletary, who's actually been good this year. So going Devin Singletary over 55.5 rushing yards. Gave that out in my article on Friday as well in our prop show. Another prop that I'm giving out right now, haven't given this out anywhere, is Sammy Watkins over 37.5 receiving yards. Listen, Watkins returned from injured reserve last week. He played 52% of the snaps in a loss to the Commanders. Allen Lazard is going to be sidelined. Christian Watson is questionable with a hamstring injury coming into this game. I think Watkins is going to be an every down player for Green Bay tonight in this game where they are double-digit underdogs and should be throwing the football. He's averaging 49 receiving yards per game this season. He averages 52 receiving yards per game over his career. He's also returning to Buffalo for the first time since he was traded back in 2017. I know this game is really important to him as well. He may end up cashing this in the second half when they're trailing or potentially even in garbage time, but I really think this is too low of a number when you have Allen Lazard inactive, who's been the wide receiver one for Green Bay. I really think Sammy Watkins is going to step into a full-time role and probably have some really positive game script in the sense that Green Bay will have to throw and he'll be a beneficiary of that. So that's why I love Sammy Watkins over 37.5 receiving yards. I'd play it up to 39.5.
There is nobody better at garbage yards than Aaron Rodgers late in the half. Mikey, go.
Yeah, I'm not going to add it as official play, but my strongest lean is Aaron Rodgers over 235.5 passing yards. A lot of it has to do with we can get there in mini game scripts. If he plays well, he's going to get there. If they're trailing by 2 scores but not 4 scores, they're going to get there. I like Sammy Watkins play a lot, though, with Alex. I'm running through all the DFS stuff for SportsLine right now, and Sammy Watkins is the player I have the most exposure to tonight, even more than Stephon Diggs or Singletary.
Okay. Right now, 236.5 in a lot of places on that Aaron Rodgers over yardage play.
I've got that at 259 for those curious on my number on it. So, yeah.
Okay. So that's 23 yards of value we're getting for Aaron Rodgers. That he said, if they're behind by 20, you're throwing it every time. If they're competitive, they're still going to be throwing it almost every single time because the Bills will score. And with that being said, my best bet tonight, I went back and looked, and Josh Allen has really been using his legs as of late, going over 30 yards almost every single game. And tonight his number is 39.5. He's gone 70 this year once, just a couple of weeks ago. And I think tonight, the way the Packers have been playing, and you're allowing the Commanders to beat you, the Jets to beat you, the Giants to beat you, what? Tonight, Josh Allen will use everything in his arsenal, because I told you last week there was a little match, a little golf match, where Aaron Rodgers was talking all kinds of trash in the summertime. You don't think Josh Allen's going to remember that tonight when he has a chance to get it back on the football field? Oh, he will. Let's go over 39.5 rush yards minus 125. Now, AB, you also have been looking at the Josh Allen props tonight. What do you like?
Yes, sir. All right, so we got 2. All right, so first off, let's just get it out of the way. We are going to play Josh Allen, no-fly zone, throwing over half an interception. Now, look, I think Mikey said it best. There are numerous game scripts how this could go. I think that Green Bay could finally see themselves playing an up-tempo game because they have no other choice but to do that. I can also see it being pretty tight, back and forth, back and forth. So I think Allen is going to put one up there. Second, We're going to play Josh Allen over 33.5 pass attempts as well. I think in one game script where if Buffalo is just coming off of a bye at home, the stadium's going nuts, like adrenaline's going to be there, and they use the short passing game as a de facto run game late in said games. So I believe that we're going to see pass attempts there. If it's a tight game, we're going to see way more. We'll see 40. The only question is how Green Bay goes about their offense. Do they try to eat clock and keep Buffalo off the field? And even when teams do that, it only works for so long, and it actually kills you. So I don't think that we're going to see it. So play Josh Allen over 33.5 pass attempts and play him over half an interception at plus money.
And we do have 3 other best bets tonight. C is on Aaron Jones, over 30.5 receiving yards, minus 115. And Uncle Dave from the Prop Show, he's on A.J. Dillon, under 26.5 rushing yards. He's done nothing on the ground this year at all. I love that play. He probably might get 8-10 yards tops tonight. Aaron Rodgers, over a half an interception at plus 133. Those are from Dave. But I want to attack the number right now. And, Mikey, I'm coming back to you because we don't have anybody on the show on the side, and I can't figure out if tonight's going to be one of those places going crazy, they're playing downhill, they score first half, or if somehow Aaron Rodgers gets his team and picks them up to be competitive tonight. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, I see him picking them up just a little bit here. My initial lean in the game is definitely on the Packers side, as gross as that sounds. Definitely could be the sucker in this spot, but ultimately the computer number on this is 9. You could have got this at 11.5 early in the week. I'm still going to caution and wait on it. One thing the Bills can do really well, and what I project them to do really well in this spot, is script an opening drive and have a ton of success there. So I'm going to elect to wait to bet this in game if I see anything remotely encouraging on the Green Bay side and they're potentially down 3 to 7 points early. I'm trying to get this number as close to 14.5 as I possibly can. That's when I'll become interested. That's when I think the backdoor cover is largely in play at this spot. And at that point, we will have seen a drive or two potentially from Green Bay to see kind of what we're working with tonight. But yeah, as far as the game goes, the computer tells me there's a small edge on Green Bay, but I understand if it's very uncomfortable, and it still obviously gives Aaron Rodgers a lot of credit for the entire body of work of his career. So not something I want to buy into just yet, but that's where I lean.
It's such a tough call. If it wasn't Aaron Rodgers and just the rest of the Packers team, I think we would say Bills all day. But just that one Hall of Fame quarterback gives us a little bit of pause. AB, chat question, team total, because there's a lot of different ways to play the Bills here tonight. And their team total, 28.5, minus 130. Their first half team total, which was the question, is 14.5, minus 130.
Ooh, all right. So 14.5, that's a sharp number there, because now you're needing 2 touchdowns and a field goal or 3 touchdowns. I don't like it. The Bills just aren't a field goal type team, man. Like, they'll go for a lot of 3rd and 4th downs, trying to just put in touchdowns, right? And if you're needing 3 touchdowns, like, not that they can't do it. I mean, this is a team that could cover that in the first quarter, but you just need a perfect game script for that. And if the Packers are eating clock successfully, man, you just run out of time. I would rather play the over 28.5 in the game than play the first quarter or first half.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too. You know what I mean?
It's just less risk. Yeah.
I mean, they could still cash it, but you're protecting yourself just a little bit on the back end. By the way, Bradley says need over 400 likes to get to the goose. Do I really have to say? You know, we need 500 likes if you're going to play the goose tonight. And it's such a fun same game parlay to play, but Alex is not just going to give it to you. Just take down the chat, hit the like button for me, put it right back up, and just keep on chatting. I love what the chat is doing right now. A lot of good conversations going on in there, because tonight, I love it when there's a game that a lot of different things can happen. That makes this fun, and tonight's going to be fun. Alex, let me come back to you, because when we look at some of these Bills receivers tonight, it's like an embarrassment of riches. But as you like to say, there's a lot of mouths to feed. So how do we handicap the Bills wideouts?
Yeah, there are exactly that. I think this is as healthy as this Bills offense has been pretty much all season. I know no Jamison Crowder, but we've got Isaiah McKenzie healthy. We've got Dawson Knox at tight end. We've got the great Stephon Diggs, who has been outstanding. If it wasn't for Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill A lot of people will be talking about just the phenomenal season Stephon Diggs has had, and then Gabriel Davis as well, the Bills' deep play threat, who's been incredibly efficient, hasn't gotten the targets, but when he gets them, he makes the most of them for sure. So certainly a lot of mouths to feed. I kind of try to approach it from the standpoint of finding the cheapest pieces that could potentially get an uptick in targets. Guys like Isaiah McKenzie, if he's able to play all those snaps from the slot, if he's on the field, most of Josh Allen's dropbacks at 27.5 yards, to me, that's a great value. So I try to find those pieces that are reduced value or just discounts. And I think Isaiah McKenzie is a good example of that.
Okay. Isaiah McKenzie, at least at the book I'm looking at, I don't have his catch number, but his yardage is 28.5 plus 100. That kind of fits right into that comfort zone you were talking about, right, Alex?
Yes, that's a guy I like a lot.
Okay, very good, very good. Now, AB, let me come back to you because we have not attacked the total. And that might be, if you're scared to lay 11, then at 47, and lately now the primetime games are starting to see some points. Do you like the over? Then, Mikey, I'm coming to you with what the model says on the total, please.
Yeah, I actually do really like the over because I'm going to tell you why. All right, so you look at Matt LaFleur. Let's look at both head coaches with their respective teams. All right, Matt LaFleur in primetime games with the Packers, dude, they're 16-2. Like, we always make fun of Tom Brady and, like, late games, he's old, he's not ready. Dude, Aaron Rodgers, complete opposite. And even when he's having bad game stretches, the dude shows up at night. He's ready to go. You look on the opposite side, all right? So Sean McDermott, the Bills head coach, all right, coming off of a bye. He's had 5 of those. He's won all 5 of those, and they have blasted teams by 8 points or more. Like, they just show up. So long story short, yeah, like, I kind of think that we have an awesome game tonight. Like, I think it's going to be a shootout for real.
Mikey, what's the model say?
The market's dead on where it is personally right now. However, I do have a lean towards the over. The slight lean is under in the model. My personal lean is towards the over. I'm in the camp that believes Aaron Rodgers is going to do just enough. Kind of one of those games where they might be trailing 2 scores, but they continue to put points on the board and keep the Bills motivated just enough here. So the computer does lean under, but I have a really tough time getting to the under in this game, so I'll lean over if I had to.
The Bills are just one of those teams that it doesn't matter how much they're up, they continue to play well. I think that they like to show out on big games like this, and I think tonight, I mean, think about it. If we cash the Bills team total over, let's say it gets to 29, we just need the Packers to get to 18. And I think they can get to 18. It's not like the Bills have been shutting everybody out this year, right?
No. And in those 5 games that I spoke about with Sean McDermott, the opposing team is averaging 19.7 points per game there. So it's not like they're just completely like suffocating people. Also, I'll tell you this, in 2 straight home games, Josh Allen has 4+ passing touchdowns in each of them. He has 10 passing touchdowns in his last 3 home games. And in the last 2 games, Stephon Diggs has 100 or more receiving yards. Like, I think we see both teams go off. The only thing is this, like, both secondaries can give up points. The only thing is that the Bills only rush. Like, they do not bring blitzes at all because they believe that they could get after you with only their front 4. And the Green Bay passing offense is like 5 yards and in. Watch that one. Running backs could have big receiving yard games tonight.
Okay, let's go to those running backs because I know, Alex, we don't like to talk about receiving, but you already like Devin Singletary on the ground with 55.5. You can still get that number pretty much everywhere. I've already given out Josh Allen. It's down to 38.5, so it's going in our favor. We're already on A.J. Dillon, but what about Aaron Jones? His number is 46.5, Alex.
I like Aaron Jones quite a bit. He's having a really good season despite Green Bay's struggles. Coming into the year, he was in somewhat of a timeshare, kind of still is in a timeshare with A.J. Dillon, but he's really played well, played a lot better than A.J. Dillon. So he's sort of become more of the feature back for this Green Bay offense. I think out of necessity. I think ideally they'd like to mix both these guys in, but they're having to lean heavily on Aaron Jones just because of just how depleted their playmaking group is and just how much they're struggling offensively. Now, the issue is going to be both this Bills defense is excellent versus the run. coupled with the fact that with Green Bay being double-digit underdogs, you would think that, they would be trailing and it'd just be hard for Green Bay to run the ball consistently throughout this game, especially if they're playing from behind and especially if Buffalo can get up big quickly. So as far as Aaron Jones is concerned, if you like his props, I think the best way to attack it would be from a combination standpoint, just because of his versatility. He's an excellent pass catcher out of the backfield, and Aaron Rodgers is very comfortable throwing him the football. So if you're looking to play Aaron Jones, I really think it'd be best served playing his rushing plus receiving combination line.
And that number right now, if people are wondering, the combo number is at 81.5. Juice pretty heavy, though, minus 148. Juice pretty heavy, even though we are on, I believe C is on, yeah, he's on Aaron Jones 30.5. Let me see where that receiving number is currently, if you can still get it there. It's 31.5, so still pretty close. I like that, too, because I think what we're talking about with the game script, either way, they're just not going to be able to run the football tonight. They're just not going to be able to run the football tonight, and you got to throw it.
Coach, may I add one thing real quick?
Of course.
All right, so first off, we need 100 likes. 100 likes. Smash that right now, and we will be done with it. The entire show, you'll be good to go. Second, I was talking about the Green Bay Packers, right, and playing in primetime games. Mm-hmm. The last nugget I'll give you on this.
Let's go.
The last 13 games, Matt LaFleur and his Green Bay Packers that are played after 7 p.m. Eastern, they've won all 13.
Where do you find this stuff, man?
I don't know, but they do it. Like, they show up at night, man. I think this could be a really fun game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we've gotten to all of the prop questions in the chat, so we don't like to force anything. I think we kind of understand where we're at. Maybe play the over if you don't like either side. Sometimes just betting over can be fun. You just go out there and you root for points. We don't care who wins, and maybe that's the play tonight, because I do not want to sweat a 31-23 game with 3 minutes to go and go, why didn't I bet the over? That's something I do not want to do. All right, so, real quick, Mason Crosby, total kicking points over 5.5, minus 121. That's on the Green Bay side. AB, of course, that's your department.
Yeah, look, I like that. 5.5, you rarely get that, especially with such a good kicker like Mason Crosby. I know that it's on the road, but I don't think that we're dealing with, Mike, and check me here, I don't think we're dealing with any adverse weather, so to say. I haven't heard anything. Everything I've seen is pretty clear and standard. 5.5, man, like, you could get 2 field goals and hit that alone. You could get 3 touchdowns and a field goal and hit that too. So, yeah, 5.5, I like that so much better than 6.5. Yep.
Okay.
I'll hit the weather quickly because people in Buffalo, they might be sweating at this game. It's 49 degrees, 50 degrees. That is mighty toasty there in Buffalo under normal conditions. Late October here. 0 wind, 0 real rain, maybe 10% chance. Beautiful.
That ball's going to be flying tonight.
Points. It's going to be points tonight. Just bang the over and let's all just root together. Let's just play the over. Let's make it an official. You know what, AB? Put me down for another official play. The over 47. I'm going to do it. We're not going to sit here and talk about it for an hour and not make it a play. Let's make it an official play. Over 47 for me, along with the Josh Allen play as well. All right, so we're about 40 likes away. So we're going to do the Jim first and then the Goose and then get the hell out of Dodge. If you guys have all your questions answered, we've talked about everything in the game. No sense being on here wasting time and wasting your time. So if you've never played this before, here's what we do. Pick a plus 1,000 winner. Several of you got into the club last week with Justin Fields, including our main man, Chad, who's kicking it in the club. He said the drinks have been flowing. They're fantastic. However, Alex's and Maestro's personal security has been a little bit of hard to deal with. Can you tell him to stand down, Alex, in the club, please? Please have him stand down. All right. Now Bradley says, feed me the Goose. We'll get to the Goose. But first, we're going to give out our gem. And tonight's my night. But as always, we respect those who started it, who are in the club, and we go on from there. So, Mikey, you started it. You, as always, get to go first. Who do you like tonight, big boy?
I would like to play what Alex is going to play, but I was late to the party on the email thread here. Love his pick. So hopefully I get an invite with his guest ticket he's about to win. But I'm going to take Robert Tonyan, plus 1,800. Love him in this spot. Look, when you have an underdog of this size, the underdog team definitely is going to offer some value in the first touchdown market. I like Robert Tonyan. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a ton to throw to. First looks in the red zone, it's probably going to be Aaron Jones, and then it's going to be Watkins. Tonyan going to be open here. Let's go, Tanyan.
Okay.
Hey, Coach, with props was the first one to respond to put in his gym pick, right?
Yep.
Puts it up there, plus 1,000. Mike immediately emailed the entire group, LOL. I was like, all right, that's good. That's solid.
All right, so Mikey always gets to go first, but he's not in the club yet this year. But next is those that are in the club this year. And unfortunately, Alex is, and he has been insufferable. That and his damn near perfect record every week, and he has been our rock star. But I feel like you are writing checks that you just can't cash because you're like, Coach, I'll give you my buddy pass. Just now I heard you go, oh, Mikey, I'll give you my buddy pass. You're just offering them to everybody.
I'm feeling confident, Coach. I'm feeling very confident. So I thought, you know what? I thought I'm going to go really chalky. Then I said, you know what? Let's go with a super unknown player. Let's take Aaron Jones out of UTEP. Little known running back. Originally, maybe the third or fourth. No, I'm just kidding. Aaron Jones plus 1,000. Couldn't believe it. It was there. It was real. Had to take it. AB sent the email out. It's first come, first serve. I knew Mikey would want it. I was waiting with my fingertips ready. I double checked. I placed the bet. Have my receipt ready. I'm going to get this second pass, and I'm going to figure out who I want to dole it out to. I'm thinking Mikey, Coach. I'm thinking Mikey.
But you have a receipt with Aaron Jones, because I'm looking at my number, right? You have a receipt with plus 1,000?
Coach, you got to know this about me. I always
I know.
Receipts, Coach.
I know. Golly. By the way, a couple people are asking about the donkey, and there will be no donkey tonight.
Sorry, guys.
Trust me. There's a reason for it, and we are okay with it. Absolutely okay with it. This one time will be fine. You'll get a goose. You'll still get to play that same game parlay. All right, now. Up next, AB, I'm going to let you go next. Who do you like tonight to score that first touchdown?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'm going to go with Dawson Knox. I know that I go with him every single Bills game, and he doesn't even really get all that many targets, but he does get them in the red zone. I think tonight is the night. I think as M squared broke down, Buffalo and San Francisco, and right now Seattle as well, are three of the best teams at scripting first drive offenses with success. We're going Dawson Knox here. It's going to happen. It's going down.
Kirby said, let's go, AB. We ride with Knox.
Yeah, Kirby's on him too. Yeah, Kirby knows.
And Lori has Alex's back. Lori says that Jones is currently plus 1,000 on DraftKings. So Lori's got your back. All right, Lori, you going to play Jones?
Look, real quick before
Shout
you
out
go,
Lori.
Coach. Brian White, like imagine these two teams, all right, and there's no touchdown. It's like plus 8 million.
Can you imagine if that hit tonight? 3-0.
A 3-0
Packers.
game. That the Packers win.
Oh my gosh. By the way, Alex, earlier today when you were talking about the different wideouts and weapons for the Bills, who was the one guy that you said that you think could be sneaky good tonight?
Isaiah McKenzie, Coach.
What was that name again?
Isaiah McKenzie.
Oh, at plus 1,300 to score the first touchdown of the game. I too, Alex, did my research in the lab, and I too thought that Isaiah McKenzie would have a big game. So apparently me and you are in lockstep. The only problem is I got him and you did not. Now, Jake the Snake is on Christian Watson plus 3,500. He's learning how to play the game just a little bit. So there are our 5 choices. If you want to play with us, and Thomas, we've already done the field goal props. Sorry. If you want to play with us, it's got to be plus 1,000 or higher to get into the club. And it's a lot of fun to brag about and trust and believe. When you get in, you are relentless. And I am begging. I've never gotten in. Not last year, not this year, not ever. All right, it is that time. Do we have 500 likes, AB?
We do.
We're good to go. All right, it is time for the Goose. If you're brand new to the show, we give you a same-game parlay every single prime time game that there is, and it's just a lot of fun because guess what? Dirty little secret. Sports betting doesn't have to be serious all the time. All right? So, Alex, you're up, big boy. What do we got?
Let's go with the Goose, Coach. Excuse me if you hear some noise in the background. Goose is actually going crazy over my left shoulder right now, so he's really excited about his Goose
premium
parlay.
sandwich meat.
It's 7 picks. Goose worked very hard on this. First up, we've got the Bills to score over 21 points, the Packers to score over 10 points, Aaron Rodgers to throw at least for 200 yards, Josh Allen to throw for 230 yards, my guy Devin Singletary tonight to have at least 40 rushing yards, yards. Isaiah McKenzie, coach's guy. I love that pick, by the way, coach. Over 15 receiving yards. And last but not least, our other guy, Sammy Watkins, 25-plus receiving yards. Put it all together, plus 310 odds for the goose. We call this the baby goose when it's under plus 500.
The baby goose. Faustino says, no married men in the club, coach. Singles only. Alex, you're married, right?
And so is the maestro.
Yeah. All right. So there blows that out of the water. All right. We have just crossed the top of the hour. It's 8:01 on the East Coast. For those just dropping in right now, this is the Early Edge, and we are live every single primetime game, counting down to Sunday Night Football, the Packers and the Bills. 10.5 is the current spread. The total sitting on 47. Let's recap our best bets that we gave out at the top of the show. Alex, start us off, sir.
Yep, I've got Devin Singletary over 55.5 rushing yards. Listen, I think this is a great spot for Singletary against the Packers. They're one of the biggest run funnels in the league. Singletary has been the featured back, the workhorse back for the Bills in any competitive game environment. This is a great spot. I think he's going to get at least 12 to 15 touches or carries. And then we've got Sammy Watkins returning to Buffalo since he was originally drafted there in 2014, was a top 10 pick in the draft, was traded away in 2017. This will be his first time returning to Buffalo. I think this is a great spot. No Allen Lazard for the Packers. He'll be functioning as the number one wide receiver for Aaron Rodgers. Sammy Watkins over 37.5 receiving yards.
All right. Like that a lot. All right, AB, what do you like tonight?
Yes, sir. All right, we're going Josh Allen over 33.5 pass attempts tonight. We're also opening up the no-fly zone on our man Josh Allen as well, over half an interception at plus money, plus 120.
I like that a lot. I'm going to go also with Josh Allen, but I'm going to go over 39.5 rush yards. He has gone over this number almost every single game this year, and he usually flies over the number. So I like that at minus 125. And we just added it just a couple of minutes ago. We're going to go with the over 47 because we just think after we dissected the entire game for 30 minutes or so, there's going to be points tonight. It's going to be a lot of high-energy football. So let's just bet the over and call it good. Then Uncle Davies on A.J. Dillon under 26.5 rush yards. I'm a little shocked there's even a prop for A.J. Dillon at this point. He just doesn't do anything for this offense anymore. It's all Aaron Jones. And then Aaron Rodgers over a half an interception. One interception will catch it at plus 133. And, of course, Sia Najad, who I believe is still perfect on his props so far this week. He's got Aaron Jones to go over 30.5 receiving yards, minus 115.
Coach,
yes, AB.
Last time I'll interrupt you, I promise. You have one additional Early Edge merch pack left that someone didn't win. So here's what we're going to do if it's good with you.
Okay.
If the over hits, we will select one person and mail that out to them. What they have to do when the show ends, go to the comment section, leave your name and Twitter handle. If the over 47 hits or even pushes at 47, Coach, are you good with that? Will we send that out?
I'm great with it. So I'll put my stamp of approval. But this is still alive after the game is over. The chat still works when the game is over.
Oh, after the show? Absolutely. Yeah, you just go to the comments and just write your name, Twitter handle. That's all you got to do.
Okay. All right. So as soon as the game is over, if we push 47,
as soon as the show's over. Yep.
As soon as the show's over. Gotcha. All right. As soon as the show's over, just right here, put it in your Twitter handle. And as you said, that's all it was, right? Just Twitter handle is all we need?
Yep.
That's all we need. Twitter handle. If we go 47 or higher, then we're going to give somebody an Early Edge pack. And by the way, this was sent to me this morning, showed up on my front doorstep. A buddy of mine in Wichita. I've got a few of these. We're going to give some of these out this week as well. So we've got some pretty cool gear that we're going to make. And top of the new year, we're going to have everything set. We're going to have a whole store. So if you guys want it, you can get it yourselves. All right. It is that time of the show where I ask my guys, what is the number one most important thing they're looking forward to tonight? Take this information. Either use it tonight for one of your bets or use it in the future because this business is all about information. So, Mikey, start us off. What are you most looking forward to tonight?
A very nice Negroni that is made for me in about 20 minutes. That's going to be the first thing. Number two, I'm looking to see how competitive the Green Bay Packers can be. How many dump-offs to Aaron Jones can they run? How effective will they be with it? And really, how good is this Packers defense? We're about to find out.
All right, we certainly are. Alex, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see hopefully what is a competitive game. I don't think everybody's counting this Packers team out. I think this is a good spot, at least for them to show up. I know no one's counting on them to win. So hopefully a competitive game. I'm interested to see this Buffalo backfield in particular. Devin Singletary, in my opinion, has played a lot better than the stats might suggest. And I think it could have a big game against the Green Bay run funnel tonight.
I agree as well. AB, talk to me.
Yes, sir. First off, if you want to play a fun hide and search type game in Nashville, Mike has a secret location where he gets these Negronis made for him, and it's a nice place, and I know exactly where it is. So if you could find out, that's a fun game. Number 2, the Green Bay Packers last week, first time ever, they had no third down conversions. None. Watch that tonight. Pay attention to it. See how they look on second down, setting it up to stay ahead of the sticks. Look how they do on third downs. If they're converting early, look out.
It's going to be interesting. This is one of those nights where we just don't know what's going to happen. Does Aaron Rodgers hit his all-time low as if we haven't already been there before? First time ever, double-digit underdog as a starting quarterback in the NFL. We think there's going to be a ton of points. It's going to be full-blown ahead, and the Bills want everybody to know. They want to put everybody on notice that they are the best team in the NFL, despite what Alex says about his Philadelphia Eagles. All right, enjoy the game tonight. Let's cash those tickets and just say thank you to everybody. The entire crew worked so hard this weekend, and after kind of a rough Saturday for everybody in the business, a nice little bounce back today. Let's finish it strong tonight in the NFL. There's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. M Square, Prop Stars, AB on the ones and the twos. I am the coach. Tell all your friends we're here every single day and every single primetime game in the NFL. We are here live as well. Only one spot. We call it the early edge. Good luck.